And now, on with the show.
Welcome to 4 Movies, where I will be discussing 4 movies that have something in common. But what do they have in common? I know, but do you? When you do, say it, because at the end of the video, I'll be saying it, and if you don't say it before I say it, then nobody's going to believe that you knew what you were talking about. So, ooh, that all slipped out of my hand. Anyways, here we go with 4 movies. The first movie, boom, The Gift. Yes, The Gift. Directed by Sam Raimi. Mentioned a few times in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Like, no, they aren't real. Whoa, they are real. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is The Gift. Directed by Sam Raimi. So many people in there. Keanu Reeves. Kate Blanchett. Oh man, my pointing is way the hell off. Kate Blanchett. And, right? Very young Kate Blanchett, and it has the Sam Raimi stuff in there. I don't think Bruce Campbell's in the movie, but the yellow car is. It's basically Kate Blanchett's character is a medium, if you will. She's like a tarot card reader and whatnot, but she also sees visions. And a young girl was killed, and she sees stuff to help solve the case. But the people involved in the murder or whatnot don't want her to figure out, or don't want her to tell people what she knows, or they don't know what she knows, and they don't know if that's gonna be a bad thing or whatever in the world. And there's other people that think that the kids, that she has kids, and she's like, oh, there's a witch who lives over there. Well played movie, well done. Not a comedy, you said, more of a suspense, I guess, suspense horror, a thriller, definitely a thriller. Yeah, let's say thriller. Let's say thriller, because I don't know if it get bogged down if it was considered a horror movie, but more of a thriller, I guess. It's like a mystery thriller, yeah. Supernatural mystery thriller, yeah, because see stuff, so. The visions will be the supernatural part. Yeah. Here is a movie that a lot of people don't know. Why? Because it's unknown. This movie is got all-star cast in there. All-star cast. Peter Stromwell, right? Yeah. I think the guy that played Satan on Constantine. He's in there. A lot of other people, Barry Pepper's in there, and basically a bunch of people wake up in a storage facility type deal. They basically wake up in a warehouse, and it ends up that there was a canister of gas that accidentally got hit and broke, and the gas filled up the warehouse, and it gave all the people memory loss. And then as the story progresses, you find out that some of the people are kidnappers, and some of the people are the kidnapped. But they don't know who's who, because they have memory loss that's slowly coming back. And who's who, you'll find out. But at the beginning, the movie is unknown. Like I said, it's a very underrated movie. It's very extremely underrated movie. I rarely hear anybody mentioning about that movie, but it is very good and well worth a watch. Now, next movie, bam, The Matador. They got a song on there called Town Called Malice, which is pretty good. In a town called Malice, when the credits are rolling. Pierce Brosnan is in this movie, and he does phenomenal in the movie. It's him coming off of, this was the movie he did after Bond. After he was done doing the Bond movies, he did this movie, and it was kind of like breaking the the boundaries of, he's like, he was Bond, the Bond, James Bond, and he's like, and then he has this character which is the polar opposite of the James Bond, because he's a hitman who's kind of falling off. He's just like, ugh, and he meets somebody in Mexico, at a bullfighting contest or something like that. He meets somebody at a hotel bar, and they become friends. But then he needs the help of his friend later on to, help him. And like I said, it's the polar opposite of James Bond. It's fun seeing Pierce Brosnan in that role, where it's like, he's sitting on a bench and there's some lady looking at him on another bench, like, hey, and she's got a little kid, and kid comes over and goes, hey, my mom thinks you're hot, and he just goes, hey, tell your mom she dropped 20 pounds, I might think about getting her. And it's like, oh, whoa, jeepers. Just like, yeah, it's the polar opposite, and it's like, it's a fun movie, like I said, very fun. My favorite scene in that movie has got to be where he's like, look, what we gotta do is, I think we can do this. All we gotta do is just hit it out of the park and get a touchdown. He's like, you're mixing your sports. Okay. We've made it this far, and it's now time for the fourth movie. And the fourth movie, bam, After the Sunset. Directed by Brett Ratner. Jeepers. Okay. Directed by Brett Ratner. Selma Hayek. Woody Harrelson. Phenomenal movie. Diamond heist movie. And just well played. Like I said, there's a retired jewel thief. Then the jewel thief seems to come close to him, and of course they're like, oh, well, this jewel's happens to be here, and then the jewel seems to go missing, and they're like, oh, it's got to be this guy. He's like, dude, I'm retired. I don't do this anymore. I'm relaxing with my wife. That's what I'm doing. Why would I do that? And who's who, and the mystery continues. Don Cheadle is in there too. Don Cheadle is phenomenal. I think it was Steven Suttenberg. I might have said that wrong. Steven Suttenberg? I don't know. But he said, if you can do a movie and have Don Cheadle in it, do that. And so that's pretty cool. Like I said, Don Cheadle's pretty awesome. I liked him in Out of Sight. He was good in this one. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of his. See him in anything. But I always do that with him and Out of Sight, where it's like, whoops. And they just... misses everybody. But phenomenal movie, well worth a watch. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And that has been the 4 movies. Hopefully I haven't talked your ear off yet. And if it did come off, just go ahead and put that on real quick, because we're almost done. The similarities between these 4 movies are The Gift and Unknown. Both star Greg Kinnear. And Unknown and The Matador also star Greg Kinnear. But The Matador and After the Sunset both star Pierce Brosnan. Yep. Those are similarities between those movies. I hope you enjoyed watching this, because I'm doing a video a day till I get a silver play button or a gold play button if I'm lucky. Anyways, I enjoyed talking about movies. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, tell your friends, help me out. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.